Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. In 3 days. Zhuo Fan faced the returned fiends with a hard face, then eyed every door the disciples were using. That's a little tight. Venerables, couldn't you stall for a bit? We're quite short on time. Fiend Yang bristled, you wanted us, 3 little guys, to change the mind of a room packed with worthies? Sure, you're tight on time now, but what the hell did you do a few days ago? We asked you to cure them, but you just wouldn't have it. It all comes down to luck again. Zhuo Fan turned a deaf ear to his complaints, deflecting the issue. Fiend Yang was outraged, for crying out loud, Zhuo Fan, you're the leader of the demon scheming sect, so start acting like one. What luck? Don't tell me you didn't plan for this. And what's the deal with those girls? Why are they still here? Is this how a leader acts? Fiend Yang rambled on, blustering, cursing. Zhuo Fan's only saving grace was that he wasn't being torn into right now with the 2 extra fiends around. Zhuo Fan shrugged and whistled a nameless tune. While his innards were cooking some master plan. By his calculations, 3 days ought to get all the boys out, though who could vouch for it? Some might feel like dragging it out for half a month instead. Demon Scheming Sect was the only one having just come to Double Dragon Manor and got into advancing as a last-ditch effort. The other sects would be startled at the news. Dude, are your disciples chilling? Can't they feel the pressure? The fight is just around the corner yet they're in the mood to advance? What friggin' a use would it be now? Having poisoned the guys for months into walking like zombies, Zhuo Fan knew for a fact curing them now got them in the best mood. Here's the plan, you guys stall, but not for long since I'll go in alone. You alone will do shit. Fiend Yang sprayed his discontent, is this a joke to you, a play? The fighting is set by drawing lots, with a member must be fighting once. Are you going to draw 10 lots by yourself? Fiend Gui shook his head, while you're worth 10 men, the rules forbid you from fighting more than once. It all depends on all your rankings where our sect lies. That's why your strength hardly matters, while effective in group battles. Zhuo Fan raised an eyebrow, Double Dragon Gathering has so many rules. Won't it be faster if everyone just ganged up? It's a thorough test of a sect's potential. Fiendine forced a smile. He's sometimes the most cunning mastermind, and other times the simplest dolt. That leaves us with our hands tied. No choice but to leave it to fate. I'll leave you to fate, alright, just let me. Fiend Yang snapped. A good thing his fellow fiends were there to stop him from flattening Zhuo Fan. While Zhuo Fan was taking it way too easy, the venerables were by themselves in worry, praying to the heavens above that their disciples would make it in time. Their pleas went unanswered for 3 days, emphasizing the despair. Well sure, they could drag them out, but it would have the opposite effect, even lowering their progress. Knock. A most familiar sound came from outside, presenting a man in gray with a bow. Demon Scheming Sect, the Double Dragon Gathering is starting, yet we do not see you present. The Elder sent me to get you. Fiend Yang's mouth twitched, sighing at Zhuo Fan, what now? Stall. Zhuo Fan spoke. Fiend Yang glared one last time, like it ever helped, ow, my tummy. You guys didn't wash it and now I have indigestion. We are all cultivators, honored guests, we do not offer breakfast either. With your cultivation, such a case is impossible. Did you take some poison pill perhaps? The man was unimpressed. The portly fiend blushed hard. Now that you mention it, I'm cured. Dumbass. Zhuo Fan and company, unanimous reaction. Shall we go then? He led the way while watching them. I've seen my fair share of cowards, but you are a different breed entirely. Getting sick just before getting on stage? What did you come here for anyway? Crazy. Fiend Yang's face sank, glaring at Zhuo Fan behind him, punk, today's humiliation is on you. We stalled for you so you better get back our dignity. Or else is your head. Fiend Yang snorted after the two. What's your dignity got to do with me? I didn't tell you to show off. Zhuo Fan rolled his eyes, even as his brow never relaxed, seeing the doors closed still behind. Just how high are the brats aiming? Hum. A powerful vibe came from a room, perking Zhuo Fan up. Qi Chonglong. Hum. Followed closely by many more other rooms. Zhuo Fan grinned. They're coming out of their shell at last. Now fly, my pretties. The huge stage had seats all around it, all taken by dignitaries for this or that empire, all to bear witness to the sect's power. Yongning and Yunshuang were eagerly awaiting the ever-delayed coming of the demon scheming sect. Mystical Heaven sect and Beast Taming sect were present, waiting on the stage to draw lots. Before them was an elder with white hair, the judge. Exalted Double Dragon had no interest in the lower three sects, sending an elder was already courtesy enough. It sure put a sad face on all those looking forward to seeing Western Land's strongest. Elder, the demon scheming sect is here. A man in gray bowed before the elder. He left, but not without sending one disdainful look at the trio behind him. The elder frowned. Venerables, why do I see only you three? What of the disciples? Well. The trio looked at each other, lost. Fiend Yang chose to take the brunt of it. Elder, the disciples are delayed and will be here shortly. Talk about a disgrace. They're too scared to meet yours truly. A most arrogant and self-important voice declared, Wei Xiong, of course. He strutted in the center, overlooking his audience. Half a year ago, I wiped the floor with demon scheming sect's elites. Now they had no one to send and threw in their worst and weakest. Their leader is even a third-layer radiant stage child. Some damn elders from the secular world would have been way better. In my moment of weakness and generosity, I advised them against this, and I see now they had an epiphany to not come. They ran away. The ring was in a clamor. Did the demon scheming sect get scared? How embarrassing, worse than losing. This never happened ever, not at Double Dragon Gathering. The judge frowned at Fiend Yang. The fiends had no way of explaining, just seething in anger. Wei Xiong, in his infinite arrogance, took it as a sign he hit it right on the money, laughing at Mystical Heaven sect. The leader of the lower three sects will be decided between us now. Mystical Heaven sect's lasses rolled their eyes. They were sensible to not believe an idiot when they saw one, especially after Zhuo Fan's display of power. Young Master Zhou scared? Who are you kidding? Does this guy think he can fight a superior three sects disciple as well? Wei Xiong flared his nostrils in anger. Who is that? Heads whipped around, only to be stunned. What were they doing here? To the shock of all present, three people, all bearing similar features, strolled in with an evil smile. None other than Demon Soul Sect's brothers. Glancing at the two teams on stage, eldest young Master Han frowned. Demon scheming sect isn't here yet? It doesn't look like it, brother. Should we wait for them? Third young Master Han spun his eyes around for that familiar and infuriating figure and proposed this once he didn't find him. Eldest young Master gave a curt nod as he walked on stage. I was dying to see this freak that got you both so tense.